Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a relatively common error that not a lot of people know about, and there are a few people that's trying to kind of like spark this movement of the floating roof Lincoln cent. To give you an idea of what the floating roof is, first of all, the date range where these are most commonly found are from 69 to 71. Of course, they could appear and show up on any date. As I explain through exactly how this all happens, you'll understand the reason why that it can be available at any date. And as you can see from this particular close-up, all right, I have two red arrows pointing to the area in question. So there's a roof on Lincoln Memorial that usually would be attached by two vertical lines right there where I have the arrows. And if you don't know, generally with the dies that are used to strike the coins, the mint employees will go in after like 100,000 strikes, 200,000, whatever the survival rate of the die is for that particular run. They'll go in, they'll rework the die a little bit, strengthening up all of the features and devices to prepare it for another round of minting of these coins. So in the process of doing so, they sometimes over polish some features. Okay, the two vertical lines on the roof that connects the main roof to the other secondary roof on top of the Lincoln Memorial, those two lines become over polished at times, and when they're over polished, the lines virtually disappear, and that is how you have the floating roof Lincoln cent. Yeah, it's kind of an error. Okay, some would say it's sort of like a strike through, but not really, since a mint employee is actually rubbing the what out of those lines. And there are even times where they've over-polished certain areas that they just completely disappear. Another thing that disappears quite often on these coins is actually Abraham Lincoln's statue right in the middle of the monument. And it's not uncommon to see both the floating roof and the missing memorial. It just happens. The design of those particular features are made in such low relief that they're easy to rub out. All right, so what are these things worth? That's a great question. I've had folks come up to me and say, hey, I have this floating roof, what do you say? And I wish I had better news. I have a little screenshot of the most recent eBay transactions. This particular error, because they're quite plentiful, you could go through a $25 box of Lincoln cents and probably find about 10 of them. Because of the plentifulness, the nature of the coin, okay, as you can see, this is where they kind of sell at. One that's circulated would be around 50 cents to $1. The one lone one that's sold for $9 right there, the $8.99 coin, of course, is a nice gem BU example. So it could be anywhere from a penny to up to $10, but I wouldn't expect anything more than that. Again, the floating roof error just has to pick up more steam to be appreciated. I think in time that might happen, and people will be searching out not so much the circulated examples, but more of the higher mint state pieces. And companies like Annex and all that might recognize it as a legitimate error to where they'll attribute it onto a gradable slab. But anyways, I want to talk about the floating roof Lincoln cent. It's a neat piece, it's really neat because it looks like the secondary roof is a ghostly figure that's being held up and levitated with nothing. So, I thank you guys again. Please hit like, the big thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't done so. Again, I'm your host, Blue Ridge Silverhound, bringing you more coin collecting tips, tricks, and everything else. You guys enjoy the hobby and keep hunting and keep stacking. I'll see ya. Take care.